So I'm with my nephew again. Y'all know his name because the last time I made a mistake and said it. It is August the 16th, 2012, and a lot of people wanted to know about the light body and what it's like in the astral realm and what kind of, because everybody keeps talking about the 2012 transition and how everybody's supposed to receive the light body. So I asked my nephew if he could astral project and give us an idea of what the light body looked like, and he described it. And can you describe it to them, Malik, the best way you can?
I can't really describe it now. I kind of forget what I know what it feels like. I just can't really explain what it feels like.
So, cause you told me that it was like a what did it look like to you? Your hands. Remember the first time you did it?
Yeah.
Because we did it twice. What your hands look like?
It was kind of digital, like.
Digital. Because when you told me that, I was thinking about a because I can imagine digital hands, almost like a web or something like that.
Yeah.
And what color?
It was blue.
So your body was blue, or your body was blue?
My body was blue.
Okay. And you said when you go into the astral room, what happens to the body? It like the digital part, it starts turning like the regular body, and then eventually the body just gets regular. Okay, it start manifesting then. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, and you said you was speaking to your friend, and what happened?
I couldn't really make out his words. They were kind of it sounded like he was talking underwater. I really couldn't hear his words.
Yeah, that's almost like you don't know anything about this, but that's almost like a psychedelic experience where when you actually have experience with the plant, when you try to talk because you're really out of body, your consciousness is away from your body, you try to talk and you can't really speak English because the universal language is sound, really. So when we say blah, 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 and people are like, what are you talking about? You're saying something, but they can't understand it because you're not conscious. You're not really here completely, but you're partly here. So yeah. So I mean, this was just a lot of people asking the question. So I got another question that people keep asking me. What, if you can remember, what's the process when you're going into it? How do you do it so easily?
I don't really know. You gotta relax. You can't think of anything. You gotta keep your mind clear. Mm-hmm. If you think of anything, you can mess it all up. You gotta think clear. You gotta think blank.
So just try to clear your mind. Try not to think of anything. Yeah. Okay. All right. And what does it, like, honestly, what does it feel like while it's happening?
It kind of feels like your body is getting. At first, it feels like your body's getting heavy. Then it gets really incredibly light.
Light. Okay.
And you kind of drift off.
Drift off. Okay. So yeah, that's how I felt when I had my out of body experience. I feel like it's like you merge with everything, yeah. And you feel kind of thick, but then you get light at that time once you get there, like almost to your destination. There's really nowhere, it feels like. But I think because you told me that you was walking on a boulevard, and you said while you was walking on the side of the street, I think that's because of your perception and having that in your mind. That's exactly where you went to. Because I think if you was on a different planet and you've been there before, you probably could think of that planet to go to. But being as though you've never been there, you probably can't really imagine what other planet you can go to. Remember before I think when y'all was younger, I think I did this with Nate, where I let him imagine imagine a park or something like that where you want to go to. And I had y'all close your eyes and y'all was actually there at the park having that experience. So yeah, I think that was Nate that I did that to. Nate, that's my other nephew, he passed away. But really, I remind people that there's no passing away, there's no dying. You just go on to a different experience. So, I'm trying to think of other questions that people was asking. I don't think there's no more questions. I mean, so when you're out of your body, when you're in the astral realm, you can pretty much do anything you want to. Mm-hmm. So is it like, if you wanted to go somewhere, what do you do?
Well, most of the time I just close my eyes when I'm there, and eventually when I open them, I'm there.
Okay. So is that like you think of the place, or you think of where you want to go, and you pop there? You were okay. Yeah, that's kind of like my experience too. And you know what? People kept saying that I was telling you what to say. What do you have to say about that?
What do I have to say about it? If you was since he can't do it, and since I can, it's how can you tell me that he's telling me what to say?
Yeah.
And I can do it and he can't.
Yeah.
It's it's a weird question to ask. Like,
yeah.
I can do it and then he can't. And so how does he know the experience of which I'm going through?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I tell people that, and they get on there. There's a lot of questions like, or people saying, he's telling him what to say. I'm like, well, how am I telling him something I'm asking him to tell y'all? And that's the only thing with this new awakening process, is that people need to discern and really think, why am I taking the time to even do this? Why am I recording you and putting this up? I believe that the shift is really happening. This 2012, December 21st shift. It's not the end of the world, but it's something new. It's a change, and it's going to be for the better of the planet. So I just want people to know that it's more to your body and your consciousness besides this physical reality. So, and that's what it's good that we did this again, because in the beginning, the first time I asked you to do it today, it was a little bit harder for you to do it because you kind of forget. After you speak to your friends and you go outside and you be watching the movies and kind of the horror films and stuff like that, you almost get a little bit scared in a way, or people telling you that it's not real, and you like push away from it. But my job, I believe, is to try to remind you that you can do it and it's okay. And if it was really scaring you or something like that, you wouldn't have done it again. So, that's all I wanted to do, and I appreciate it, and the people appreciate what you just did. I'm sure. So we'll probably be back in another 2 months or so, just to make sure he's refreshed and can do this. It's not about forgetting this time, If somebody can do it, we'll keep at it. All right, thanks.